The homie Brandon, what's good, fam? Yeah, we back at it again. We back at it again. Yes, sir. Trying to find that. We gonna dissect this shit about Kirk Franklin and his faggot ass son. And why you should wash your hands and move on. James Harris, what's up, bro? We're gonna have a good dialogue about this. This should have been talked about, a week and a half ago, but when the Derrick Jackson shit came up and the shit about Cal Mitchell and other shit, I had to put that to the side because that could be talked about anytime. The homie Brandon said, keep them veins cold and move on. You're damn right. When it get to a point, like I say, if you losing your livelihood and you're getting sick, stressed out, and your the place of residence getting shifted, you know what I'm saying, is going down the drain, you wash your motherfucking hands and move on. It's a cold world out there, no mercy. King like said, Kel Mitchell still loves on soda. We're gonna kind of talk about that on my Instagram. I'm gonna put that on there because I guess somebody that knows the baby mama tears coming there talking shit about, it's really true and all that shit. And I want you to see the dialogue I said back to her ass. These stupid ass bitches think they so slick trying to talk all smart and educated and all that shit, but they still end up looking stupid. And then you got these simple forces that'll come on your page and holler, brother, 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 but try to front you off at the same time. We're going to talk about that too. And we're going to talk about these fake ass motherfuckers that they know the baby mama tears wrong, but then they try to put it on you. They try to tell you that, he looking bad because he on social media like he mad and bitter. Well, motherfucker, if you alienated, bitch staying your name, got you fired, got you locked up, got you in debt, got you in a hole, got your kids hating you. Shouldn't that person have the right to be mad? Shouldn't that person have the right to be bitter if that's the case? Don't let no motherfucker tell you that you don't have the right to be mad, pissed off when it comes to exposing these baby mama tears and exposing your truth and telling your truth. Don't ever fall for that game. Never. So we're going to talk about that as well. But I'm glad Kirk Franklin, punk ass son, put it out there on the front street. Not the fact that he tried to stain Kirk Franklin's name, but the fact to let you know that these low-lifted ass kids will even try to set the parent, the father, up for failure. Well, if they 33 years old or they 13 years old, and people sit back and make excuses. The funny thing about it is people was actually making him the victim at first. And then what Kirk Franklin's mistake was when he apologized. He should never apologize because he don't owe no apology. 33 years old, 23 years old, 13 years old, you don't disrespect your parents. Now, it's a difference. It's a difference when you call your father out for doing wrong or call your mama out, but it's a difference from that and doing what the fuck he did. So, he in his 30s, yeah, he in his feelings, but that's what happens when you're that every other weekend father. Most times, not all the time. If you got a good relationship with the mother and she's not a baby mama terrorist, then she will help correct whatever feeling he or she has because, like I told y'all in one of my other lives, I said something to my mother, say my daddy ain't right this. And my mother told me, you don't say that. That's your father regardless. You don't disrespect him. You a child. You stay in a child's place. But the average baby mama terrorist, she gonna say, yeah, you right. And he this too. You damn right. He or she just speaking his mind. See, a real mother ain't gonna allow that for no child to disrespect an adult, for one. And to get in grown folks' business at that. But in this day and age, these baby mama terrorists be friends with these motherfuckers. And that's why you see more simp enforcers. You see more alphabets. You see more weak-minded men who still got the mindset of little girly boys. So we're going to definitely take this bitch nigga, Kerryon Franklin, to trial.
Stand, please. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. The Solemn Court now stands adjourned, sine die. God save the state and this honorable court.
Yeah. You may be seated, motherfuckers. Shout out to the baby mama terrorist bounty hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. And what we're going to talk about today, something that was long overdue to talk about, is Kerryon Franklin. For those who don't know who that is a weak, blue-pilled, weak-minded, emotional, possible drug addict, son of Kirk Franklin. For those that don't know who Kirk Franklin is, he's one of the pioneers of the gospel singing. You know, he had the hit song Stomp and some other things. And he also was the one that came out and admitted he was addicted to porn. And he had some type of, he's seeing, even though a lot of us looking like, man, please, man, it's men doing way more than that. You talking about you addicted to porn, get on with that. And so on, you know, but, you know, if you a man of God, then you make that just as, you know, big a sin that somebody's out there cheating because you lusting for something. So I understand. But what we're going to talk about is basically his son. Now, he didn't have his son full time like he had his kids in his marriage. He had him at a young age, actually. I think they was teenagers. And the sad part about it is when you don't have your son or daughter full time and you dealing with a baby mama terrorist, 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna work because you're not on the same page, especially when somebody got more hate than the other. Now, I'm not sure if this wife, the mother is the baby mama terrorist. The only reason why I say that because she came out and defended Kirk Franklin. So I can't say that she's a baby mama terrorist, but I will say it was a lot of single motherism going on. And when you just raised by your mother, even if she got good intent, if it ain't no male figures around, what end up happening is you send up your son up, especially a son, you set him up for failure. Even if you doing the best you can to teach him the right way, but ain't no man around, he lacks a lot. Same thing even if a father raising a daughter, single father, she's gonna lack something because there's no female around, she's gonna lack something. And a man can only go so far to teach her how to be a woman. So I hate when people sit back and say, well, I'm a female, baby mama terrorist. I could raise my son to be a man. I'm gonna teach him to be the man he ought to be. Yeah, some simp weak ass sucker that's gonna tolerate with a bitch like you. I got it, son husband. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into the Daily Mail, go to the article first. And I believe the video's on here when the son tried to set him up, make him look bad. And, you know, that just shows some type of weak ass, minded ass bootlick would do. This is in the Daily Mail. I will put my foot in your ass. Gospel legends Kirk Franklin unloads on estranged son in furious phone call for disrespecting him. Estranged, so that means he don't really fuck with him or he ain't really around him. Only for son to release the audio. Yeah, of course. That's what they do. It's no different from a baby mama terrorist. They all one and the same. A disloyal ass kid and a manipulated ass kid, if that's the case. You know, that comes with the program. That's why I tell you, especially this dude being 32 years old, 33 years old, wash your motherfucking hands. What more can you do? Well, let's read this off. Legendary choir director, and gospel singer Kirk Franklin's estranged son has released his father's berating and threatening him over the phone. Kerryon Franklin, 32 years old, recorded a heated argument with his father, Kirk, a 16-time Grammy winner, and posted the 45-second clip on Instagram on Saturday. I'll put my foot in your ass. A voice identified as Kirk is her saying, "I will break your neck, nigga. Don't you ever disrespect me." Now, mind you, they putting down everything that, putting what Kirk said, but they didn't hear when this bitch nigga son, Kerryon, when he was saying, "Fuck you, nigga," and "I'll beat your ass" and all that shit. They didn't put that down. See, I was saying the media ain't shit either. They try to make you believe what they want you to believe, man. When it comes to racial issues, when it comes to who to vote for and everything else, when it comes to this alphabet shit, when it comes to all this shit. And that's why you have to think for yourselves, and you got to definitely investigate if you can. So I'm going to read the rest of it, then I'll show the video clip. The video quickly went viral, racking up more than 265,000 views as of Sunday morning. Kirk 51 addressed the family drama in his own Instagram video where he apologized for losing his temper and explained that he's been having issues with his eldest son for many years. I wouldn't apologize to nobody because I don't know if y'all heard the video, but when you hear the video, you'll understand. But even if we didn't hear the video, you don't disrespect your parent like that. It's ways to call your parent out, and dude got a touch because he feel that you ain't obligated to do anything to me for whatever reason. I don't know who manipulated him, the mother or the grandmother, whoever. But the sad part, this is the sad part, y'all. I'm just talking about for the sons. Nah, it's both, son or daughter. When you have your kid, they babies, toddlers and stuff, they look at the father as the hero. That's what they look up first. That's their first hero, the father, right? But then when you're dealing with a baby mama terrorist, unfortunately, Gail Lockett, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. But unfortunately, when they get old and they dealing with a baby mama terrorist mother and a baby mama terrorist grandmother, baby mama terrorist auntie and all that shit, that father's looked at as a villain. I'm going to say it one more time. When a kid is born, the kid's being raised and coming up in this world, they look at the father as a hero. But when things change and they raised by a baby mama terrorist, later on down the line, they look at their father as a villain. And I know a lot of y'all can relate to that. You've been in your kids' lives for 12 years, 15 years, 10 years, even 5 years. But then the baby mama terrorists manipulated, caused all this hardship and pain and manipulation. And that same son and daughter that you raised and took care of and was around from day one will look at you like you the evil witch of the north. You the villain now because she said so. And other factors. And unfortunately, it's this situation here. But let me continue. This was him when he was a kid with his father back in 1999 at the Essence Awards in New York City. Kurt and Carry On are pictured together. So you know how these kids will sit back and say, you never did, no, you never did shit and all that shit. I'm sure he's paying child support too. And if he wasn't paying child support, he had some type of agreement with her where she got her money. And he evidently had him around. You see what I'm saying? But they are so quick when they get older say, you never did nothing. My mama told me this, my mama told me that. But they forget about shit like this that you see in the picture. This is the video right here, but I'm gonna read the rest of this, then we'll get to the video. It's unclear what sparked the role heard in Carry On's original video, which he said was recent. Carry On has used social media to attack his father in the past. Oh, did he? We gotta check that out. See, I only know about this. Gail Lockett, $5 donation. Appreciate you. Here from the lead attorney. Yeah, I knew who you was. I did. I knew who you was because I was the one that said how to get the wrench. Appreciate you tuning in. For a lot of y'all who don't know about the lead attorney, please subscribe to his page. Just type in the lead attorney. He's a good brother. He do a lot of dissecting when it comes to child support. He got a lot of knowledge, and he understands where I'm coming from. Hopefully soon we do an interview. And please subscribe to my good brother in this video. I mean, his page is rising real quick. So y'all tune in with him. Good brother. What was I at? Okay. I'm gonna read that part again. Carry On has used social media to attack his father in the past. Look like it's on Media Takeout. We're gonna check that out. Reported, citing a video 2 years ago in which he alleged that Kirk abused and tried to kill him. In the caption of Saturday's video, Carry On wrote, "This is why I'm done. No father should speak to their children like this." Now, this is what he said. No father should speak to their children like this. Now, it's funny that a lot of these kids say that. You remember, what's his name? Dude from, the tattoo artist from New York. What's up, Julius? What's his name? The one, Black Ink. The one who started in New York. Remember the video I posted on Instagram, if y'all checked it out, where the daughter came out of nowhere, who been around him. She been on the reality shows. He buying the world for her, and he disciplined her because she was talking reckless, and she gonna tell him, you ain't nothing but a sperm donor. You ain't shit. You ain't no real dad. You low life and all that shit, right? But then said he never did shit, but forgot he was paying child support, and he had her around. He was take care of her before, baby mom alienated him, but he was paying the child support. Then when he was able to be around, he was around her to the fullest and had on social media, on TV, buying everything, living it up. But anytime a parent be a parent, now it's a problem. That's why I tell y'all, you can't be friends with your kids. You need to stop being friends with your kids. Somehow you ain't got a want for shit and I got you and you want to handicap them because shit like this will happen. Game of Lives Matter. Yes, court is now in session. Yes, sir. Okay. But you hear what he said. You read what he said. He said no father should speak to their children like this. When no children should be disrespectful to their father like that. See, the problem is a lot of people don't like the old school tradition where honor thy mother and honor thy father, where you stay in the child's place. You don't be friends with your father. You give them what they need. You don't get them what they want. 16 years old buying the Porsches and shit like that, talking about they ain't got a want for shit. Nah, that's a problem. But let me continue. Yeah, Caesar. It was Caesar from Black Ink. Y'all go on my Instagram and see where she called him all types of sperm donors and everything because he disciplined her because she was talking reckless and talking about you ain't shit and all this. I think she's 18, 19 years old. That's what I say. These kids think you owe them something. Brian McKnight's kids came out and said he never did shit, but he was paying child support. He had his two sons on tour, getting paid singing with him, and they say he never did nothing. All because they was over the age of 21 and he decided to stop paying their rent, buying them apartments and stuff like that. They need to wise up, be their own man. And he had to come out and defend himself. But people was falling for it at first, so that's what I say. We have to stop pedicating our kids. And when you get to a point, especially a grown-ass kid, get to the point where, you know, they cause too much havoc and destruction, you wash your hands and move on. Look at Block that came out and said about Candy, the truth. She was side chicking when he was married with kids. She had a kid with him anyway, told the wife ain't going. So you manipulate the daughter to hate him. And then when she get 14, you want him to go over there and be a father, but it was too late because all that manipulation put in the head and it was causing disruption in his household. He had to let her go back over there and just pay the child support. Don't be no sucker, y'all. But let me continue. Now, as you see, he playing victim, talking about no father speak to the children like that. If I have any issue, it's because of this type of treatment that I had to deal with behind closed doors. Hanging up in my face, no apology, no compassion, no effort. Why would I apologize to you for all the shit you was doing? He waited till his father snapped off to record it. He didn't put everything that led up to it. See, these baby mama tears are good for that. They'll sit back and call y'all types of motherfuckers and your mama ain't shit, your daddy ain't shit, I hate you, I wish you dead. But then when you say, fuck you, bitch, that's when she get to recording. And then say, oh, see how he threatened me? See how he threatened me? And then now you the bad guy and you set up the river, child support, alimony, and everything else. But now you want to play victim. So stop telling me to go home to my family. I don't even know where they live. I don't think I'll ever trust my father to be alone around him ever again. I didn't want to do this. Yes, you did, because you wouldn't have did all that setup shit and record. I probably won't release the entire recording because it's too embarrassing that I'm even dealing with this. No matter what people think, I pray my dad deals with his deep hatred towards me. I don't feel safe around him at all. But then, why are you on social media trying to expose him? That means you should just wash your hands and move on. Why are you going to social media? This recording is recent. It is not from 2018. Just to clarify, I'm going to learn from these experiences, live my life in peace, and make beautiful art. In a separate Instagram post shared 4 days earlier, Carry On wrote, I'm not allowed to have any childhood pictures of myself or my family. That's some shit. I see y'all, I guess that means y'all, complain about is so surface. I've been through the fire. This him right here. Okay, this the post he posts on Instagram. Kirk took to Instagram late Sunday night to clear the air about the phone call. For many years, we had a toxic relationship with him as a family. Are y'all really surprised? Hey, Julius May said, my mom and pops will still give me an uppercut if I talk to them greasy. And Julius is my age. I'm 42. I think he's 40. So yeah, and this pan's up in age, and he's still saying respect. Gail says manipulator, excuse me. Jump from villain to victim real quick. And that's what these baby mama terrorists do. And that's one of the reasons why I do what I do, because a lot of them will talk that rah-rah and then turn around and play victim when you react. That's why I tell y'all, don't entertain these baby mama terrorists, because they're not going to put out the whole story. They're going to put out what's good and going to benefit them. Ain't no sense to talking back with them. Ain't no sense of arguing back with them. Ain't no sense of responding to them. If you already ain't allowed to see your kids and she's just hitting you up and everything, let her talk to herself. Shout out to Brandon Sutton for the $20 donation on the Cash App. Appreciate you, brother. And anybody else want to donate on the Cash App, it's right on the bottom screen, Cash App, $, MrPalmerD4S. D stands for do, the 4 stands for 4, and the S stands for self. Do for self. Anybody want to do the super chat, you're more than welcome to as well. Let me continue. For many years, many years, we had a toxic relationship with him as a family. Kirk said of Carry On. We tried for many years through counseling, through therapy, to try to rectify this private family matter. Now, Carry On and say none of that they tried counseling and therapy and everything else. He just said his daddy wasn't shit, his daddy abused him, and he's a victim. And this is why I tell y'all, when these baby mama terrorists come out and say, he hit me, or if your sister come out and say, he did this, before you go out there with that Tech 9 saying, I'm finna fuck this nigga up and shoot and kill, you found out the whole story, because 9 times out of 10, she's lying. And we already know we come back in the day to a bitch's defense. It'd be a whole nother story when we found out the whole truth. So you go over there and beat his ass, or you go kill him. He's dead. You in jail. She off to the next nigga. That's why I say we have to change the laws in our mind. And that's why people don't like what I say, how I say it, how I tell y'all to move, because they want you to be weak-minded. They want you to be followers. They want you to not be thinkers. They want you to be reactors. They want you to be simp suckers like them. They want you to be part of the DEA, simp enforcements. That's what they want you to do. They want you to go along, get along, train. They don't want you to be your own man. They don't want you to call shit out that's really right. They don't want you to tell the truth. They don't want you to tell your story. They want you to sit back and just let it be, it is what it is. You know, like the baby boomers of the 90s and beforehand. But let me continue. So, recently my son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in that conversation. I lost my temper. I don't blame him. I said words that are not appropriate. And I am sincerely sorry to all of you. I sincerely apologize. See, that's where he was wrong. I wouldn't apologize for that shit. He was disrespectful, talking out of order to his own father, and he was putting him in check. He threatened to beat his ass, put his foot up his ass, whatever. I wouldn't be apologizing to shit. I don't care if he's Christian. I don't care if he's a gospel singer. He's still a father, and he's still a man first. And you don't let no punk-ass kid disrespect you because they do it once, they're going to do it again, just like these baby mama terrorists. You do not let no kid fuck up your household, like I always tell y'all. You do not let no kid control you. You do not let no kid disrespect any other adult. So that's where he was wrong at, was apologizing. Julie say he's 43. Okay. Thought you was younger than me. But you don't let that ride, even for the mothers. If you got a son or daughter disrespecting you and you sitting back still trying to be friends and still buying what they want, that's shame on you. Then don't get mad when you get that repercussion. That's on you. But a lot of baby mama terrors don't listen when it comes to that because they want son husbands and they want their daughters to be whores and be friendly with them. He also said, I'm not perfect. I'm human and I make mistakes. What mistake did he make? He didn't make no mistakes. Yeah, he's not perfect. Yes, he is human, but he did not make no mistake in responding back to a grown-ass 33 or 32-year-old so-called man. Where was he wrong at? He didn't do nothing wrong. So that's the problem I have with a lot of men out here. You sit back and apologize for shit that you know you didn't do wrong, but you do it because what? You the gossip singer, or you do it because, people are looking at you as a high up? No, you're a human, like you said. You're a man and you're a father. So that's why I say we got to stop doing that go along, get along. I'm not going to accept that he made a mistake. He did not make a mistake. His mistake, I will say, if you want to call it a mistake, was continue to try to deal with this grown ass so-called man trying to build a relationship. Evidently, he don't want it. He want to play victim and do bullshit and lie and try to set you up for failure. Wash your motherfucking hands and move on. Kirk said that he had called a family therapist during the conversation, but that carry-on didn't include that in the bit. See what I mean? See, that's what I'm saying. Now, let me ask you this. What happened if Kirk Franklin wouldn't have told his story and everybody who sit back and just jump to a goofy dude defense felt sorry for a grown-ass so-called man? But you heard what he said? He called a family therapist during the conversation. During the conversation. So don't that show that he want to try to seek help, get this shit rectified? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to tell it all. Shout out to Game of Lives Matter. He's also the bailiff. $5 donation. Hear ye. Hit the like button and share the video for the Honorable Judge Palmer. Yes, sir. This is Palmer's court. Order in the court. I concur. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Kirk, yeah, he say he's not perfect. Yeah. I'm not perfect. I'm human. I make mistakes. I'm trying to get right. Kirk concluded, please keep me and my family in your prayers. Fans flooded the comment section of Kirk's video with supportive remarks. No apologies needed at all. Prayer for your family, one woman wrote. You owe no apology to the public. You damn right. Praying for family healing out of the public eye. Commentators also shared support for Kirk on Carry On's original video, saying it lacks context, and that the father may have had a reason to get frustrated. Now let me ask y'all a question. Now, what is said about this is they know Kirk Franklin is a big wig. He's a big name. He's known all over the world, gospel singing, everything else. But let one of y'all be in the same predicament, who we don't know, never heard of, but it's posted on Facebook and Instagram, and they hear the exact same thing that one of you said, even if I said it. You know what they'll say? Why would he talk to his son like that? Man, he wrong as fuck. See, that's probably why he was on child support. Oh, see, that's why the mother left him alone and all that jive. They not gonna say we understand where you're coming from, a select a few. But the majority is gonna say he didn't have to talk to a son like that. You see, he got issues. You see, he got problems. But since it's Kirk Franklin, and he's a big wig and they know who he is, now all of a sudden, we understand. But why they don't understand when people like me and you, who's out here in the world, no celebrity, going through the same shit? Stereotype at its finest. What's going on, Denario? You see what I'm saying? By him being who he is, the majority is going to side with him. But if it was one of us, they'd be like, nah, you have to say all that. That's your son. How many times y'all see on my Instagram where somebody say, he ain't not do all that on social media. He ain't have to whoop his child ass on social media and all that shit with a belt. He wrong. But if somebody with a big wig do something like that, they understand. See, that's what I say. That's why I tell y'all, it's funny how society really is, man. They go along to get along. I'm for what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, regardless who it is. But that's how it go. That's how it go. So yeah, Lil Rocks was good. So let's continue. But some critics spoke out against the singer, saying it's inappropriate to talk to your child in that manner, regardless of context. See, that's what you mean. You talking disrespectful? I'm not a Christian either, Gail. You ain't got. I understand, but Gail said I'm not a Christian, but I don't look at him any different. I applaud him for standing up and putting his son in his place. Right. I look at him as a father. Checking a grown, I want to say child because he act like a child, but that is his son, and putting him in his place. You remember that old saying, I brought you in this world, I'll take you where. I used to hear that from my daddy. You know, if you talk reckless and disrespectful, getting out of line. But like I say, people forget about that in these days. You know, now you say, you check them, they say you shouldn't have did it that way. But it's okay for the police to beat that kid ass, but you beat that ass, you going to jail for child abuse. One user wrote, sounds like a parent who's ready to go to jail if their grown child tries on one hand. Damn right. On another hand, this could be traumatizing emotional abusive behavior. This man feels rejected and dropped by his parents and family. If he was dropped by the family and dropped by his parents, evidently it was some shit that he caused 9 times out of 10. You know, but it's all comments. I won't care about that. I want y'all to hear the apology video first. And he shouldn't have apologized at all. He should have just said what it was and left it at that.
At Freddy's, we're all about the good and creating more of it. More drive-through celebrations.
Just wait for that commercial to come on.
Being together as much as we can. Freddy's. Keep the good going with a taste that brings you back.
And it still played it.
Many of you know I have an oldest son named Carry Franklin. In May, he'll be 33. For many years, we have had a toxic relationship with him as a family. We've tried for many years through counseling, through therapy, to try to rectify this private family matter. Recently, my son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in that conversation, and I lost my temper. And I said words that are not appropriate. And I'm sincerely sorry to all of you. I sincerely apologize. I want you to know as a father that during that conversation, I called the family therapist and got that therapist on the phone to try to help. He never played that part of the recording. I'm not perfect. I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes and I'm trying to get it right. Please keep me and my family in your prayers.
Now that was him, his mother. That's who raised him, his mother. So that there you go. Not saying a mother can't raise a child, but you know what I mean. BMT special for all I'm concerned. Hey, Game of Lives Matter. You said I forget, I had another Cash App. Who? I read yours, the $5 one. I read yours. I read Gail's. Unless you might have sent it after the fact. And the Cash App? Oh, damn. You right, my bad. Shout out to Tiffany Williams for the $20 donation for the Baby Mama Terrace Bounty Hunters Fund. Keep dropping that knowledge. Appreciate you, Tiff. Appreciate you 100%. I thought you was talking about on the super chat. Yeah, if I get any cash apps, I'm not looking because I'm in tune. Please let me know. Or let the bailiff know. Game of Lives Matter. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So you just saw, now I ain't gonna lie, Kirk look like he's stressed the hell out, man. And that right there is one of the reasons why I say watch your hands and move on. But all the time I see him, he all glowing and looking good and everything. I ain't talking about his cordial. I'm just talking about him around the face. He looked tired and stressed and he's looking like he's sick. And that's one of the reasons why I tell y'all men to wash your hands and move on. Pay your child support and go on about your business. And like I say, he got a lot to lose if it blows in the face, not his son. And you gonna let him cause your livelihood to be destroyed because of that one ass imbecile that want to get attention and get his own shine in his own moment like a victim always do. You know. But let's go up to unload. Let's check they got on the news. They went on the news with this. I want you to hear the actual verse. That's the news. I want y'all to hear the actual verse of everything that was said. I don't want y'all to hear it being bleeped out and all that stuff. So it's gonna load up again and do the commercial, of course.
Homeowners, this incredible tip is just for you.
This thing be slow.
$331,760 on your home.
Up a piece of paper. Okay, if you think I'm reading this paper, let me say it like this. When your bitch ass starts getting disrespect, you need to get your skinny back out the goddamn way before I put my foot in you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you.
Now, while Kirk Franklin is saying he gonna put his foot in his ass, call him a bitch ass, he's talking about some I dare you. I dare you. So you don't think he don't sound like no victim to me. He said, I dare you. I dare you. And he waited till he started talking shit. He waited for his dad to react. Then he started recording. He didn't record the whole thing. Let's continue.
I dare you. Good. I'm old. What's up? I will break your neck. Whoever disrespect me. I did it.
Y'all didn't hear it. I forgot it's the Daily Mail. They bleeped it out, but the son had said, when he started getting louder, the son said, shut the fuck up. So that's when he got really loud. If y'all want to see it, go on Carry On's Instagram if you want to see it, or because it ain't on my page, it ain't on my Instagram. But he told him to shut the fuck up. That's why he got even louder, you know. But does that sound like a victim? Does that really sound like a victim? Talking about, you know, this how my father talks to me like that. But he's telling him shut the fuck up. I dare you. I dare you. See how that's no different. These baby mama terrorists. They sit back and play victim, but then they ain't putting out all the text messages, all the stuff that they have done to you. But you deadbeat, low life, ain't trying to be a father, none of that at all. Shout out to Charles Anthony for the $9.99 super chat for the baby mama terrorists, bounty hunters fund. Appreciate you, brother. Let's continue.
I did it.
He's not saying I didn't. He's saying I did it. So I want y'all taking it. He's saying that I didn't. He's saying I did it. Let y'all hear it again. This is son talking to his father like this. That y'all saw that one of the pictures when he was at the Grammy Awards, one of them music awards in New York, smiling and cheesing. But people tend to forget what somebody done for him when time go on. Let's continue.
I did it. He just hung up the phone. I'll break your neck. Is that a threat?
So finally, he hung up the phone, and then he talking about, is that a threat? Even though he told him to shut the fuck up. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these baby mama terrorists, a lot of these simps, they will only put out what you do. They don't never tell the whole story. Y'all can relate to this, y'all. How many of y'all dealt with dealt or dealing with a baby mama terrorist that try to put you in jail and say he hit me and he threatened me, restrain the order. But when you come out with the whole truth, then everybody walk off, okay, we'll just sweep it on the rug. But they don't put them in jail. And then they try to make you be the bad guy. You got to have the receipts. You got to have it recorded. You got to have your proof because you're already guilty before you even innocent. It's supposed to be innocent to proven guilty. No, it's guilty. You got to be proven to be innocent when it comes to fathers like us. Shout out to J.S. Hine. That's crazy. And that's sad. And this the picture. 1999, and I'm sure that's not the only picture, but this we got. But shut the fuck up. I did it. This him now, current. Saying what you see right here, I ain't talking about the suit, but what you see right here, happy, glowing, and shining. That ain't how he looked when he was talking to and apologizing, which, man, don't you ever apologize about putting your kids in their place. Do not apologize that you had to wash your hands and move on. Do not apologize for something that a baby mama terrorist has caused. You keep your veins cold and do what you gotta do. Salute, my brother. Let me see. We saw that. Did we see? I want to say about media takeout. Let's see what that about. I didn't know they had it. He put out some couple years ago, but let's see if it's on here. What the fuck you gotta do with it? This ain't it. Let me see if let's go down here. Dang, that's some other stuff. Of course, Derrick Jackson simp. Gospel Kirk Franklin's sons make disturbing claims about his dad. You know what? And also, he came out and said that Kirk Franklin sexually abused him as a kid. I ain't gonna play that. I don't even know where it is anyway, but he was talking to some people and they recorded him and they was escalating the situation and he came out and said that shit. So I don't know. And the mother, his mother came out and said in so many words that he was lying. Renzo Davis, what's going on, brother? But we're going to read this. Kirk Franklin's eldest son is making some explosive allegation against the gospel mainstay. Media Takeout News has learned that Kerryon Franklin went online claiming his father allegedly abused him. Okay, this back in 2018. Oh, this is the same thing we looked at. Okay. This is my, oh, okay. This is his. My own father is trying to kill me, victim. If anything happens, it's Kirk Franklin sneaky ass. A lot of funny, I don't know, funny shit been happening, and he's in LA right now hiding from me. Wow. You heard what he said? He said a lot of funny shit been happening, and he's in LA right now hiding from me, and I haven't heard from him. So I'm just leaving this there for safety purposes. I can't deal with this bullshit on my own anymore. I'm done. My life is too valuable in real time. It's possible that Carry-On has mental health issues and the allegations are untrue, but it wouldn't be the first time that the gospel singer or popular Christian figure has an entirely different life behind closed doors from the one they present publicly. We could name names. We're sure y'all could too. I don't know about all that. But see, this dude been causing havoc for years. I never heard of him, never kept up with Kirk Franklin like that on his personal life, except when I watched him on Unsung. And like I say, he should never apologize in the first place. Never should he apologize. So I want y'all to watch this. It's a brother.
What's good, everybody?
This O'Shea dude,
It's
Jack.
your boy.
I ain't looking for that one. He talked about the Kirk Franklin thing too, but that's not the one I want to talk about. For those who don't know, you have Phil from the African diaspora. He been out for years. He used to call it the Advice Show. He talk about Black empowerment. He talk about, racist white folks. He talk about improving Black people all around the world. He talked about Kirk Franklin. This is one of his other YouTubes. It's called The Philip Scott Show. And of course, he said Kirk Franklin was not wrong for checking his son for being disrespectful. And I watched him. I watch him often. And shout out to that brother too. And the thing about it is, we're going to go to the 5-minute mark when he talk about it, because he talk about it on a biblical, in the Bible. He talks about where you have to walk away from your kids if they're not knowing their place, when they disrespectful. And I want y'all to know that, even if y'all not Christian, but I'm sure it's in the Quran and everything else. I'm sure. Because one thing you don't disrespect no parent. If your mom was a baby mama terrorist, you know how to tell them, they ain't shit without cussing their ass out. It's how you do things. But at the same time, I don't want y'all feeling guilty if you have to wash your hands and walk away from that manipulated ass kid, that no good ass kid. I don't care if he grown or not, she grown or not. Even in the Bible, it tells you sometimes you got to wash your hands and move the hell on. I don't want y'all feeling guilty, and I don't want y'all thinking I'm not living it, because believe me, I did the crying, the begging, the pleading, and don't believe all that. Here's my proof. I ain't lying. This. It comes to a point, man, that you're going to get yourself sick. You're going to lose your livelihood. The people that support you ain't going to want to support you no more, because all the hate, the pain, the evilness is you taking out on the wrong people. So I want y'all to hear what he says about that was told in the Bible. It's going to be in the 5-minute mark. Shout out to Philip Scott once again. And those who don't know who he is, follow him. He talk about a lot of good things, especially on Black empowerment. But before I do that, I have to give a shout out to Julius Mays, $5 donation. Bet that mug ain't missed no meals and had a nice house to stay in. Facts. Most of these kids don't have these problems. Even the ones who was raised by both parents. It's like all of a sudden they get grown and get amnesia, and they want to say, my mom and dad ain't did shit for me. No, they washed their hands and kicked your motherfucking ass out. Your grown, especially your grown ass, or your 16-year-old ass thought you so grown, you got too big for your britches, and they told you to get the fuck on because you're not going to disrupt their household. Also got to give a shout out to Lorenzo Davis for the $5 donation. You're doing the Lord's work. Man, I'm definitely trying, man. Appreciate you, brother. But let's listen to Mr. Philip Scott. Oh, to let y'all know, remember that baby mama Ted that came on was talking about yeah, you taking Tasha K live and put on there, get your own shit bum. And I told her, I said, I don't get monetized when I put anybody's YouTube on there. So 2 days ago, I got an email from YouTube, and YouTube said somebody put a claim on that video that you did regarding the Derrick Jackson Tasha K situation. So she put a claim on it. I don't get monetized, but I don't care because I want the truth to come out. I want y'all to witness what was said and told. That's the bigger picture for me. I will get my praise and bonuses as time go on. I'm not worried about that. I ain't worried about no monetize from YouTube. I get my support when y'all donate, and if y'all don't donate, y'all like and spread the word. I'm not worried about not getting paid for this video through YouTube. That's not even the biggest picture. The biggest picture with me is spreading the words for y'all to change the laws of y'all mind and don't be in the same predicament that I was in. Wash your motherfucking hands and move on and change yourself as a person and forget about child support. Child support is here to stay, and society's gonna be what they is. We have to better ourselves as men. So I don't give a fuck. So even with this, they're gonna probably come out and say, well, you won't get monetized, but they ain't flagging it. That's all I care about. Facebook would have flagged me and shut me down. So I ain't worried about that. Shout out to Jay Hines, $10 donation. As a father with custody, I say this channel is necessary. Yes, it is, brother. I appreciate you. It's for people that don't even have kids. It's for men that don't have kids. It's for men who got kids. It's for men who got full custody. They got every other weekend, don't have their kids at all. It's for men as a whole. We have to change the laws in our mind. And that's why I say 2021 and from now on, we're going to change the laws in our mind. So I appreciate you, brother. But we have to move different. Yes, facts. Now, we're going to listen to this brother talk about this for the rest of the end. Like I say, if y'all don't know who he is, check him out, follow him. He got like 3 platforms. Dude got 1 million subscribers on one of them. He doing real good. Let's get this thing rolling.
Or not, they could be grown, their own wife, husband, whatever, kids. We still kind of look at them that way because they're just how we are as parents. Anybody that has, adult children or about to be adult children, you probably can relate to that. And just because they grown doesn't mean that you can just disrespect your parents. Now, Kirk Franklin was saying that as he's gotten older, he said his disrespect has become more aggressive, talking about the son. And, he says that, he said, I'm a father that has a son. He said, I have a history, and I have a history of a toxic, he said, challenging, a turbulent relationship, with a grown man I'm trying to fight for. But let me say something to Kirk Franklin. Now, you in the church house, I'm pretty sure you read the Bible. There's a story in the Bible, Kirk Franklin, called.
I want y'all to listen to this. He can tell you the story that's in the Bible. Check it out.
About the prodigal son. And the prodigal son didn't want to do the ways of what the father wanted him to do. And the father had to let him go out and do all what he wanted to do. He didn't stop him. And then when he finally realized the mess that he was in, after being estranged from his father, he finally came back to him, and the father forgave him, cleaned him up, and welcomed him back in. And if you have a prodigal son, even though it could be hard, sometimes you got to let people go out your life. Even sometime it could be a child for a time for them to get their act together. Because
now I want y'all to hear that again, because I don't ever want y'all to feel guilty about washing your hands and move on, because it's in the Bible. And a lot of people, Christianity and God this and God that, they don't talk about this in churches. They're not going to talk about that. The reason why, because these baby mama terrorists mostly go to church and worship that preacher pimp. And what happens is he's not going to go against the code because he tell them to do right and be about the kid and equal parenting and stuff like that. They're going to leave, and that's less money out the collection plate. So I want y'all to hear that again.
And the father had to let him go out and do all what he wanted to do. He didn't stop him. And then when he finally realized the mess that he was in, after being estranged from his father, he finally came back to him, and the father forgave him, cleaned him up, and welcomed him back in. And if you have a prodigal son, even though it could be hard, sometimes you got to let people go out your life. Even sometime it could be a child for a time for them to get their act together. Because if you are in a toxic relationship, even with family, sometimes it's best to love each other from a distance. I'm telling you, that works. So listen, I don't hate you, but right now you're going to say something and I'm going to say something that I'm going to regret or whatever. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to cross that line. Okay. As a father, I don't want to cross that line. So son, let me let you go. And, you know, I mean, if you need something or whatever, something important, holler at me. But, you know, I'm just going to kind of, and sometimes you got to draw some distance because, you know, there's an old saying, absence make the heart grow fonder. Okay. When you're always in a person's face, they can't miss you enough. Right. So sometimes it may be a time you have to be away from your son. It could be hurtful, but I would want them conversations with my son. Like my son literally trying to threaten me. Because I'm too old school. I believe I brought you in this world. I'll take you out too. So don't you be threatening me. Who you think you're talking to? You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to this age for nothing. Now, the truth's not stupid. You know, unlike, you know, you being younger, you're dumb. I've been there already. You ain't got the mind I have. So you don't think it's quick. But that's what I believe Kirk Franklin should do. He tried the therapist. It's not working. He needs to create distance. He needs to leave him alone. Let him deal with his own issues. Kirk need to go do his life or whatever it may be. And I understand Kirk Franklin's daughter came out and spoke about different things too, but I'm just only relating it to just as a father. Cause I understand I have children, you know, that's, barely grown. They grown, two of them. And like I said, my son will be grown here short in that another year or so. Right. Well, he'll technically be 18, but you know, anybody know they ain't technically grown, but they don't know nothing just yet. It takes some time, but don't apologize to these people online. Let me tell you that. Don't apologize to no fans. Because they're truly your fans or your supporters. They would hear this video and get it. Understand what I'm saying? Because when you start apologizing to a public for being a human being, even though you say he's human and you are human, there's no reason for you to apologize for nothing. Nothing at all. Because let me tell you something. People that so-called like you can be very fickle. If a person mad with you and so I don't want to listen to his music no more, I don't want to watch you no more because of this incident, good. I'm glad that incident happened so you can get away, because one thing you don't want is fake friends, fake supporters, fake acquaintances. You don't want fake family. You don't want nobody fake around you, because that's the people that's going to snake bite you, especially. So if it took this incident for you to lose somebody in your life, then count that as a blessing too. Because sometimes it's everybody in your life for either a season or a lifetime, Kirk. You ought to know that. And when certain people come into my life only for a season, and they have served the purpose that the Lord wanted for them. And then some people in my life for a lifetime. Okay. Enjoy those people, both of them, and learn from them. But that's it. Create some distance, love social distance from your son for a time. And then if he gets to the point that he want to reconcile with you, and you feel like he's serious, then I would do that. But leave me a comment. Let me know.
Now, ain't that what I've been telling y'all all this time? Now, he talking about what's going on in the Bible. He's also a preacher too. I believe he got his certification as well a couple years ago. But ain't that what I've been telling y'all? Now, I might not have been telling y'all that about, in the Christian way and all that, but I basically told y'all, wash your hands and move on. So when anybody come to you, when you say, I don't fool my son or my daughter no more, they manipulated, causing havoc, disrespecting my wife, disrespecting my other kids, disrespecting the household. They call you fuck nigga and piece of shit. You never did nothing because my baby mama Terry's mama said so. My no good ass grandma Terry said so. You wash your motherfucking hands and move on. And he even talked about it from a Christian standpoint. So when these people come at you and say, oh, well, you should never did that. That's your son. You should reach out to him. He shouldn't have to reach out to you. That's some bullshit. You do not let nobody, any man, any woman, any kid set you up for failure. You didn't have to take my word for it, but this is what I be trying to tell y'all. They don't want you to do that shit. They want you to go along and get along, deal with the bullshit that the baby mama Terry's causing, setting you up for failure, losing everything you have, your manipulated ass kids too. You pay your child support, move the fuck on, Go about your business. Just like he said, if the kid come back when they get older and it seems like they sincere, they for real, if you want to let them in, let them in. But if not, I understand, because these manipulated ass kids are just as worse as the baby mama terrorists. The only difference I will say is the baby mama terrorist caused all this. Don't you feel guilty about something that a baby mama terrorist caused? She caused it. It's men on my platform that I know personally who lost their son because their son was murdered out in the street because the baby mama terrorist wouldn't let them get custody, because that would have got rid of that child support. And she rather for the son to get killed. And the son got killed on Mother's Day. So like I said, these baby mama terrorists ain't shit. And these manipulated ass kids ain't shit. Especially for the ones who y'all been in their lives all these years. And then when they get older, now all of a sudden they get tough from all that manipulation bullshit, talking about you never did nothing as a father. You never did this. You never did that. And all you did was look out and did your father's duties. Because she wanted to raise him to be a son husband and manipulate. So don't you ever feel guilty about something that you didn't cause, and don't you ever accept bullshit from any man, especially your kid. You have to wash your hands and move on, fella. It hurts. You think about it, but you got to keep your mind right. You got to keep yourself clear. I don't want to see y'all talking about you going to jail because you lashed out. You couldn't take it no more. You went and gone and killed the baby mama terrorist. You shot yourself. You know what I'm saying? You tearing up your house. You losing your job. You losing your license. You losing your livelihood. You losing your other kids. You losing your significant other. All because of some baby mama terrorist manipulated ass kid. And when you do all that shit, you sick, buried up, and dead and gone, they're going to live it to the fullest and make the next man suffer. That's what they do. And that's another reason why I want to do this today, because it's so many baby mama terrorists and these sympathy forces that love to play victim. Now, you remember I did the thing about Kel Mitchell, right? So let's go on my Instagram. And the reason why I'm going on my Instagram, because these baby mama terror supporters, and she say, this person came on my Facebook, on my Instagram, and said she know her personally, so I guess they friends or some shit. I don't know. But she trying to justify why she doing all the fuckery. So I'm gonna let y'all see this. Just this comment. It ain't no video, but it's a comment. Then we're gonna talk about this old sympathy force, these baby boomers that set up men for failure, for listen to their rhetoric when they say, oh, don't say nothing about the child support. Don't talk about that. It is what it is. You're supposed to take care of your kids. Yeah, she did XYZ, but it's not about that. Just shut up and just pay the child support. You weak when you say something about it. You too angry. You bitter. Yeah, okay. But let me where's it at? Kel Mitchell's. Let me put that on here. And the reason why I'm posting this, y'all saw this when I did it Friday or yesterday. I don't remember when I did it. But it ain't it. You saw that when she tried to put the court order that he sold the house underneath their nose, and he owes $1.2 million in child support. Yeah, $1.2 million in back child support and alimony, right? What a comment. What's the comment? Let's go down to this particular comment. Is this the one? This ain't the one. Let me check the other one. Let's see. Wait a minute, is that it? Sit down. Gotta be it. I think I posted twice about it. I guess that's it. I couldn't find it. Let me see. Okay. Ray Caruth. I wonder did the person deleted. I think the person deleted the comment. Oh, let me see. Look at my phone because maybe I'm on the wrong one. But these baby mama terrorists, man, they no good, man. Yeah, this is the one. I think the clown deleted it. Let me see. Yeah, the person deleted it. The person deleted it, man. Thirst trapping, but she's a victim. Right, but yeah, she deleted. But basically what was said was she was saying she knew her and she said that she was a victim. I said she wasn't a victim. She's a volunteer. And she said, well, y'all in her business. Why is everybody talking about her business? I said, because she's the dummy that put it out there to the world for everybody to see and talk about. See, what the problem is, you mad because they not talking about it, making Kel look bad. And then how you gonna play victim, shaking it up and doing all this and shit and showing yourself in bikini suit shit like that? She shut the fuck up after that. You know what I'm saying? Perfect Blackness checking for duty, one of the main jurors of the house. Appreciate you, brother. But yeah, this another one I want to talk about with these so-called brothers. They be talking about, yeah, brother, this, that. These are your fake ass brothers. And I'm gonna tell you why. I want y'all to see this. It ain't gonna play. It's not gonna play. I don't know why. When it comes to this, it don't play the sound unless it goes to the story. But basically, she's in the uniform and she dancing, living it up. And you know, that's a disrespect to the military. Whoever's in the military is very disrespectful, right? So I said, up here, this is what happens when you accept Al-Quishas and Al-Keishas to join the military. And knowing is half the battle. G-I-ho. And y'all got to see what I said. It's funny as fuck, though. But I want you to see what this dude right here said. This brother right here, he ain't no brother to me, though. But it's a black dude. He said, okay, bro. He following the page. Okay, he unfollowed now because I guess he thought about what I said. Good. But let me get back to it. And it's people like this who I call simple forces, especially these baby boomers, because they don't like the fact that you call out the truth either. They are for them. They are male feminists. They are for society. They're not for you men. They want to set you up for failure. So let me tell you what he said. He said, okay, brother, I get the fact that your platform is about dissing the baby mama terrorists, but why is that all your posts only feature black women? Now, anybody that knows how I roll on my platforms and what I always say, a baby mama terrorist come in all forms. And I always told y'all the worst baby mama terrorist, surprisingly, and I only say surprisingly because you only hear people say black women. Nah, the worst baby mama terrorists is these Al Karens. These white feminist women are the worst baby mama terrorists of them all. Then these fake ass queens. Black women ain't the worst baby mama terrorists. And they're not ones that ever say all women were baby mama terrorists. A baby mama terrorist is the one that I always talk about like shit like this and everything else. And anybody that's in the military will tell you this is the disrespect to the military. And if you a hoe or you hoe hopping and shaking your ass, you do it when you're not in uniform. I'm not in the military. I'm going by what I was learned, what I was taught. You know, it's people here that was in the military. Perfect Blackness. As a 10-year Army vet, I could say it is disrespectful. So anyway, let me tell you what he said though. Okay, brother, I get the fact that your platform is about dissing baby mama terrorists, but why is that your posts only feature black women? That means this dude don't go on my page. That means he must be new. I don't know. Are you sure that your platform is going against baby mama terrorists, or are you really going against black women? By the end of the day, there is baby mama terrorists in every nationality. and race, not just black women. And if for some reason you keep meeting up with these black women who are quote unquote baby mama terrorists, then maybe you order, I don't think you meant to say that, begin to look inward and begin to evaluate who you are and that you seem to be attracted to or continually attract baby mama terrorists. Just something to think about. And of course, I get it's 4 likes from Witch and Mills, fuck nigga. That ain't following the page. The Dark Bubbles, Bridget, baby mama terror supporter. Galicia, Jadir, Sweet Dreams. Shit like this. So, not even following the page, but they show come on here. Look at the shit like this. Yeah. Yep. Because they like for these cape and simp suckers, especially these older ones, to sit back and come to a bitch's defense. So anyway, now you already know, before I continue, shout out to Lawrence Seals. Anytime you call out the truth, you will be the bad guy. Yes, you will be the bad guy. You will be the bad guy. Appreciate you. So, of course, now you come on a platform not knowing what the fuck you talking about. There are going to be some people that come in and dissect you. So Moving Way said he is helping more than just himself. And it just so happens the demographic he's most familiar with is black females. There's a trend amongst these type of females of all colors. But I just think Mr. Palmer, Holmes, what is happening to the black community more and also appeals to more black men. He is literally saving other men who don't know the signs or any better to acknowledge and avoid these types. And I'm on it, and it carries over to any color. I agree. Now, when have y'all ever heard me say only black women, all black women? Never. Never. Do you think Gail Lockwood would be on my page if I would sit back to my all black women was pieces of shit and all black women are baby mama ted and all black women are hoes and sexualize themselves? Of course not. Come on now. But like I said, when it comes out for you telling your truth and telling the truth and calling out the truth, they want to make you be the bad guy. And you heard what he said. He said, if you keep running to baby mama tears after baby mama tears, then it's on you. And what have I told y'all? I told y'all this. We have to change the laws in our mind and better ourselves, have higher standards so we don't get with another baby mama tears ever. If you even had got a baby mama tears, because some guys in here don't even have baby mama tears issues, but they don't want that issue to ever come. But yet, I'm the bad guy for posting something that a baby mama tears already posted. I didn't go to this bitch house right here or wherever she at and filmed, and then I post on social media. She posted on her TikTok, and I took it and put it on my page and dissect the shit. But yet, I'm the bad guy. And he assumed that I'm talking about all black men. Like I said, if he was a so-called brother of mine, and that's why I say you got to watch out when everybody calling you a brother, that ain't your motherfucking brother. Because if he was a real brother of mine and he really wanted to see what was going on with me and he felt that, man, maybe you talking about black women a little bit too much, don't you think he would have inboxed me, whatever issue he had, not put it on the front line to get some likes, get some attention? Like I said, you got to watch out for these beta male ass simps. And this older cat, he older than me. He older than Julius. He looked like he was in the late 50s. So he one of them baby boomer ass simps. And because he see a few posts where I talk about black women, he must ain't scroll down when I talk about our Karens and our senoritas. When I say, like I tell y'all, these Karens are the worst. It ain't my fault that I got more black men on than any other race. It ain't my fault that I get majority videos of black women that I get. I tell everybody, send me some with all races. I don't care who it is. I don't discriminate. See, it's like these fake ass queens. They said that you hate black women. But then when they saw how I posed, they said, you hate all women. Because they couldn't say I hate women no more, black women no more. Because it ain't about hating no woman. My mama black, remember? My mama wasn't a baby mama terrorist. So how can I sit back and say all women are baby mama terrorists? So, see, that's what I'm saying. They don't want you to say a damn thing. They want you to just shut your mouth. They want you to shut your mouth and don't go against the code. But then they try to use that black brother shit. Like I said, these black pros are the worst. They the worst simping forces of all society. These black pros, not pro-black. Pro-blacks know what's right. You got people like Perfect Blackness that's 100% pro-black. But he ain't stupid when it comes to these baby mama terrorist ass whores either. And he calls out the truth for what it is. He's not finna sit back and tell you all black women are queens, because all black women are not queens, and all black men are not motherfucking kings. So for you to sit back and try to come on my motherfucking platform that you was following, talking about it seems to me you got issues with black women, you a motherfucking fool. And if you was my so-called brother, like I said before, you'd have went into the inbox. You wouldn't have came with the long paragraph on my page. But it's not over yet, because, a couple people commented and, calling them simps and stuff like that. I didn't respond like that, because when people say something like that, man or woman, I answer them and tell them, no, it ain't like that. Baby mama come all for him. Now like I say, people going back calling him a simp and stuff like that. But then I responded and I said, this platform is about dissing baby mama terrorists regardless of color. A baby mama terrorist come in all forms. If you got other ethnicities or BMTs, all you gotta do is inbox me. I don't discriminate. And I tell anybody, I don't care, white, black, blue, or green. I get text messages from a lot of y'all or in my inbox with white, Mexican, doesn't matter. It ain't about a color. I'll be a fool to sit back and just say it's just black women. And I'll be a dumbass to say it's all black women. Ain't no such thing as all in the first place. So the thing of the matter is, like I told you, these simping forces don't do nothing but want to keep you to shut their mouths. Now, of course, he come in and say, you can't read and you need to grow up, stop acting childish. And then they say choose better women. See, that's when all the truth come out, when they get in their feelings. And he told West Side of Chicago, and West Side of Chicago don't have no kids. But yet he's telling him that he need to grow up and stop acting like a child and choose better women. He don't have no kids, y'all, but he assuming, just like these baby mama terrorists do, assume that you got a bunch of kids out of wedlock, your mama black and all this bullshit, and you just some deadbeat ass dude. He's no different from a baby mama terrorist. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read what he said. Apparently you can't read. You can read, but I guess he meant can't. That's not what I said. You need to grow up and stop acting like a child and choose better women. All I'm saying is, of course, there are some ratchet females out there, but what's being portrayed and projected to the world is that all black women are like that. And that's simply not true. If you find you're constantly running up on attracting ratchet ass hoes, then it's something about you, not the hoes, I guess. And he actually got a point. Remember what I told y'all. After all this shit you be getting, all this lecture, all these videos you see from Greg Adams, Jap, myself, and O'Shea and others who tell you to either live a fragile lifestyle, go MGTOW. I say change the laws of your mind, and y'all still want to sit back and fuck with these ratchet assholes. That's on you. You can't point the finger and say, I did not know better. You did. That falls on you. But the problem I have is this dude coming on my platform talking about, oh, you trying to diss all black women the page you was following. And we supposed to be brother, but you didn't hit me up in the inbox. You put a paragraph to try to make me look bad, like I give a fuck what you say. And then, like I said, he's talking about these black women being betrayed in media, social media, and ratchet creatures. And like I told y'all before, Jay Hines said, why don't he start a channel promoting positive example for black women? I agree. See, when I came out fuck child support, because it's something that I wanted to change and call out baby mama terror. I came in my own lane. I didn't ask nobody else to do it. I didn't complain about, oh, well, he's saying it differently. I would say this. I wouldn't say all that. No, what I said was, let me come on my own platform and do it how I want to do it and go from there. But see, everybody want to tell you what the fuck to do, and then they want to assume what the fuck you do because they in their feelings and they're emotional. But like I said, if he was a real black brother, he would have inboxed me. But no, he wanted to front off and try to, I guess, make somebody look bad, but you ain't making me look bad because I don't give a fuck, And like I say, these long paragraphs, him respond to other long paragraphs. long paragraphs, to the point where he even hit up the wrong person. Dude said, I'm not even the one you talk to. And then that's when I finally responded this morning, because he still was talking. He woke early in the morning and started talking. And I said, well, my brother, since you think this is a black women bash page with no accountability, you will unfollow the page and move on, right? And that's what I say. Move on about your business. I'm not finna argue with you and do all this shit not to nobody post on no comment. I'm not. I'm asking you, if you saying this page is like that, then you gonna stop commenting and move the fuck on. No. He didn't respond for me. He kept responding. Now he say, nah, my brother, why should I see what I mean? Nah, my brother, why should I have to do that because we disagree in one way or another? I'm still gonna support you. But I too, just like everyone else on your page, have an opinion. I didn't say it was an issue about your opinion. What I said was, you assuming that it's all about black women. And the shit you saying could have been inboxed to me, and we could have had a dialogue, and you would have understood where I was coming from. Wouldn't be no problem. But since you came on the comment section, because I read my message in the Instagram, and motherfucker could tell you I do. It might take a couple days, but I do read and I respond. But what is me telling you that if you don't like this page or this is what it is, move on? Like I said, some out of whack. These other cats called you simps, simp enforcers. You must got a baby mama terrorist and all that shit. He must be talking about your daughter or something. He said that. You know what I'm saying? But he said, I'm going to still support you. I don't need your support. Because anybody's going to talk like that and try to front me. Y'all, not you from y'all, but you come like that, you ain't no supporter of me, fam. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you say. You can like everything. You can comment. You can spread the damn page. You ain't no supporter of me. But I too, just like everyone else, has a page of opinion. I didn't say he had no opinion. I didn't block him. I didn't delete his shit. So what is he talking about? Now you, as the page administrator, if you wish to not hear my opinion, you're welcome to block me. But let me tell you this: I made a simple comment. I wasn't disrespectful. I was giving my opinion, and you responded like a man. I appreciate that. Now, as far as some of your followers who think themselves as men, but clearly their behavior shows that they're still immature children, which is why they're attracted to little girls who turn out to be baby mama terrorists. That's all I'm saying. I just think that black people bashing other black people in the climate today is bad for all of us. Peace unto you, my brother. Ain't no peace shit, because you could have said all that in the inbox. And then I wouldn't have came out with the shit because you would have got the understanding of who I am. Just like Gail. Gail didn't know who I was. Gail saw me on the lead attorney's show. He told her to check it out. You know what I'm saying? If she saw what I post and everything, she would have an issue. All she had to do was inbox me. She don't need to come on here and say, man, I think you hate black women. No, talk to me first, because it is very mature women who I talk to behind the scenes and ask me, do you hate all women? You against baby mothers? No, I'm against this. Oh, okay, I was just making sure because I wasn't sure, but I had to ask you, and I appreciate that. I respect that. That's what we do as adults. Now, I'm supposed to be the immature, the deadbeat and everything else, but I do have a conversation to talk to a man or a woman behind the scenes. So when people like that come in your inbox, not in your inbox, because they ain't got the ball, they're going to try to front you off. When people like that come at you like this, whether you friends with them, family members, somebody you do know, somebody you don't know, they are not for you. Just like when I told y'all a while back, when you talking to them about these baby mama terrorists and what's going on and what the baby mama terrorists doing to you and your kids, what's going on, and they tell you, man, y'all need to get y'all shit straight. Wait a minute, motherfucker. I just told you what she's doing and what I've been trying to do. But yet you gonna say what we both need to do? If they tell you what you both need to do, you cut their ass off because they low key saying I support the baby mama terrorists, and I'm not gonna come out and say that because we cool or I know you. But when you tell them what this bitch been doing and you tell them what you've been trying to fight for, and they turn around and tell you that y'all both need to get y'all shit straight, or y'all both need to get yourselves in order, and y'all both there for the baby mama terror. That's what you gotta read between the lines. You cut their motherfucking ass off, move on. Just like Phil said, you cut their motherfucking ass off, move on. I don't care how long you know them. Love them from a distance, stay away from them. You don't need no shit like that, because these are the ones who set you up for failure. And the reason why I'm bringing this up about what dude said, because I used to work in Cook County, like I told y'all. And baby mama's terrorist still mentioned my name after 5 years. And then you got people who got the nerve to tell me, well, they ain't tell me, but they told somebody else and they told me, you know, of course, that what I post is showing that I'm mad and bitter. How am I mad and bitter? Because I call out the bullshit that's been going on for all these fucking years and people are scared to call it out the way I call it out. I ain't nowhere near mad and bitter. But like I told y'all in the beginning, if a man been alienated, sabotaged, name stained, lost their livelihood and had to bounce back, end up homeless, ain't seeing their kids, lost their license, their job, went to court on a false pretense, shouldn't they have the right to be mad? Shouldn't they have the right to be angry? They should. Shouldn't they have the right to be bitter? If that's what they choose to do, they have probable cause. Now, what I tell y'all, yeah, you had a right to be angry. You had a right to be bitter, but at the same time, you take the angry bitterness and better yourself and build yourself up and do what you got to do for you. Keep your veins cold, wash your hands and move on. Because if you don't, you the one gonna die young. You the one gonna have high blood pressure. You the one gonna have diabetes. You the one gonna have cancer. You gonna lose your leg. You the one gonna have kidney failure and all that shit because of something you couldn't control, but you steady trying to fight and entertain this baby mama terrorists and these manipulated ass kids. It ain't worth it. And that's why I'm telling y'all, I tell y'all over and over and over again, these simple forces are not for you. These so-called men just like shit like that. They're not for you. They're not for you. They will always go against you. These simple forces, these manipulated ass kids, these baby mama terrorists, society, the government, family court, child support, the alphabets, the fake ass Black Lives Matter, they all are against you straight black men, white men, Mexican men, it doesn't matter. They're all against you, men. The women that do support you, them usually the ones that either been through it, saw their husband go through it, the boyfriend, they brother went through it, they mom was a baby mama terrorist, and so on. Them are the select few. That's why we have to come together as a whole, because we are the minority and we're in the trenches. And that's why I talk about shit like this, because they want to set you up for failure. They constantly, like I say, I'm miserable, I'm a deadbeat, but I lost 35 pounds. I feel better, healthier, doing better. I pay my child support on time. I ain't running, acting no fool. All I'm doing is staying away from garbage and nonsense. I ain't gonna let no manipulated kids fuck up my household. Been there, done that. So wash my hands and move on. And I'm telling y'all the same, because y'all gonna set yourself up for failure. And y'all should not give a fuck about what these motherfuckers say. These baby boomers will come out and tell you, nah, you wrong for calling it out, man. Just pay your child support. You take care of your kids. But you don't see your kids. Well, you know, you still gotta take care of your kids. No, fuck all that. Don't entertain that goof ass shit. You tell your story, you call that shit out, and you expose that baby mama terrorist. You expose family court. You expose these simple forces. You expose these fake ass niggas that they call friend and family, because they're not for you. You have to think for yourselves, because if not, you the one gonna be set up for failure. And I'm gonna tell y'all again, you do all that fighting and stressing and getting fat, getting lazy, not going to work or not building your income and everything else, you die young. Your kids come to that funeral, the baby mama terrorists come to that funeral, they shed some fake ass tears, then they eat a bucket of chicken at your repast, and after that motherfucking shit, you dead and gone. A week later, she's back baby mama terrorism with the next nigga, and the manipulated ass kids don't know who the fuck you is, don't give a fuck about you. So what you gotta do is live your life to the fullest, because you only live once. And you sitting back dying young for these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you, you a motherfucking dumbass fool. Now you've heard Phil said what he said on a biblical standpoint and a Christian standpoint. But these baby mama terrorists and everybody else say you wrong, you should never leave your kids alone and you should never walk away and all that shit. Don't fall for that shit. Tell them that your book and your good book said that when the son or the daughter is disrespectful and not listening to the father, you cut your ties. If happens he come back or she come back and they see the truth and they change, then it's your choice if you want to deal with them now. But if not, I don't blame you. Why come back now? Fuck them. You got a lot to live for. And this little motherfucker coming over here trying to set you up for failure because he want to see what you got going on and try to sabotage your shit. So you can't chance that either. So you could call me mean, you could call me hateful and bitter and all that, but the truth is what it is. And shout out to Game of Lives Matter $5 donation. People of the court and the jury of the chat, it is our responsibility and duty to keep these BMTs and civil forces accountable and brought to justice. I agree. Now, once again, when you go on my platform, this is Instagram. This post that somebody else posts. This is what they post. This ain't something I created. Like this right here. Let me show y'all something, brother. When I tell y'all wash y'all hands and move on, wash your hands and move on. This was sent to me by a brother. You see this? This is real. I'm going to read what he says. His name is Khalil Solomon, right? This type of shit I survived. He survived some shit, y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all what he survived. From being hit with his own car twice and acting like I was crazy and had me lie to the hospital, to getting hit with a mini fryer of communication issues. Child support it is. That's what he said. He said, child support it is. You did us a big favor, finally letting me leave. What was in that paperwork is all I want that child to know of me, for real. And don't want to be involved in putting myself in that family anymore, except from straight payments. Meaning he's saying it ain't worth the shit I've been dealing with. The baby mama tears hit him twice with a car, hit him over with a frying pan, a mini fryer, bust his shit. And he was in that household however long he was in there, going through the bullshit, end up going to the hospital. So now he said, you did me a favor. I'm going to pay my child support. He got a daughter he love and move the fuck on. Let me continue. Allow me to take this burden and save the advice. I'm fine. There's definitely more to life, and I don't question that no more. See, men like us used to question that. Why are we going through this? I just want to be a father. I was there from day one. I ain't do nothing wrong. We broke up. We got divorced. It is what it is. But I'm going through all this burden to be a fucking father. What I tell you about these manipulated ass kids? When your motherfucking kids are babies, they look up to you as a hero. But with all that manipulation come from these baby mama terrorists and these grandma terrorists, you are the villain. You're a fucking villain now. But I have a nerve to be hateful and mad and bitter and calling shit out. I'm the bad guy though. Okay, but you heard what he said though. There's definitely more to life, and I don't question that no more. And it is more to life. You only got one life. This dude got hit on the head with an air fryer, got hit by his own car twice. Even though, let me finish, even though I lost my daughter for good to a sour relationship, I'ma still kick that game about that double-edged sword of domestic violence. I'm not taking this down. This is gonna stay up for at least 6 months because I don't wanna keep telling people about receipts in court, custody, child support, restraining orders, affairs, my livelihood, etc., etc. I'm trying to move on. Please don't mention her name, my daughter. Out of love and respect on my circumstances, I stay prayed up 100 nigga. I survived. I'm anything but thankful I can at least provide for a peaceful distance after 5 years, and that 7-year thing, shake my head, good morning, by the way. But you want to tell me that I'm a piece of shit because I'm calling out these baby mama terrorists, and this bitch right here try to kill the dude, throw shit at him and put him on child support and alienate him, and he's a bad guy for washing his hands and move on? Man, fuck you. Like I said, this is the reason why I call out these baby mama terrorists. This is the reason why I call them out, whether they black, white, blue, or green, for shit like this. People are telling their story and exposing the truth. Do y'all want to end up like this? Y'all want to end up with shit, blood coming out your motherfucking head and shit like that because some baby mama terrorist and you stay in her motherfucking house or y'all staying together and you going through because you want to be around that kid? Is it really worth it to you to lose your life and your livelihood because this bitch using that kid dangling over your head and treating you like shit, abusing you, and now you the bad guy because you wash your hands and move the fuck on? Nah, that ain't how I roll. And that's why I tell y'all, don't you ever feel guilty about something that you didn't cause. She caused that. She instigated that. She made it worse than it had to be. So when they come around talking about, well, I need help. I need half on this and that. Nah, bitch, child support. Don't ask me for shit. You went to the court. You want the state involved. You made the state be the middleman. I pay the state pay you. And when the state pay you, so any issue goes on, you need to talk to the state. Don't talk to me. You're a baby mama terrorist. That's the purpose of having them as the middleman, so I ain't got to talk to your funky ass. Just like dude said, I'm done. I'm free. Don't even mention my daughter name to me because he done. He don't want to get that mindset to try to go back because it ain't worth it. Shit like this. She happy. You ain't gonna be able to hear the you ain't gonna be able to hear, but she said, I'm glad to have these kids. I knew they was worth something. $4,200. That was she said. And you telling me that I'm talking about black women? Let me show y'all. Here's another one. I think I can play this one. Let me tell you about this one. Atlanta mom, 1 year old. The baby was abducted during a carjacking while doing DoorDash at 2 a.m. Now, I'm going to read it again, but I'm the bitter, angry one that hate black women. Atlanta mom's 1 year old baby abducted during a carjacking while delivering DoorDash at 2 a.m. But motherfuckers came out to a bitch's defense and said that she was doing what she had to do. She had to hustle. I understand. So-called men too. Now, y'all remember what happened in Ohio when the baby mama terrorist staying in a hotel, went around the corner. The kid said she wanted to stay at the hotel. And because the 10-year-old said she wanted to stay, she let her stay by herself instead of taking what she was going to take in the first place, right? The father finds out. He called the police. She go to jail. He ended up having the kids at that time. She get charged with neglect. Her mama do a GoFundMe. And they got over $100,000 and she bought a house. She got rewarded for doing child neglect shit. And the father was ridiculed about why would he call the police? Why would he do that? And the reason why he called the police because she's alienating him from seeing his kids. But he was the bad guy. He was wrong. Deadbeat. Low life. They came to the bitch's defense. Yeah, like I said, kids ain't nothing but a check to some of these women. They ain't interested in being a mother for real. Not at all. But I want y'all to hear this. She played victim. She doing DoorDash. It's 2 a.m. She got her 1-year-old out in the car. And let me tell you what type of car she had. She had one of them cars that's keyless. So you know, if you have a keyless car, you keep that in your pocket, right? You know you can lock that motherfucking door when you get out the car while it's running. If you got a keyless you got a keyless vehicle, you can lock the door while you get out the car, while it's running. She didn't do it because she said, well, I'm in a good neighborhood. I didn't think they'd do nothing like that. And y'all know Georgia, they do a bunch of carjackings and stealing your car while you're at the gas station. But let's take it from her.
She was just asleep in the back seat.
Elizabeth Grisby makes an emotional plea to the 2 men who DeKalb police say stole her car with her 1-year-old daughter, Royalty Grisby, inside. The incident happened early Thursday morning here on Harvestdale Court in Stone Mountain. Grisby says she often delivers food in this area as a driver for DoorDash.
I got an order for DoorDash, and I picked up the order from Checkers, and then I came to drop it off. And as soon as I went to put the food down, I just heard somebody running, and then I heard the door close. And as soon as I turned around, my truck was going down the street, and my baby was still in the car.
Grisby says the SUV is a keyless start, and that's how the men were able to get away.
I had my keys in my pocket, and the only reason I didn't lock the door is because I was in a residential neighborhood, a nice neighborhood. And I didn't think it would happen.
Police eventually found the SUV here on Earl Wayne Drive near Reed Ann, but Royalty wasn't inside and her car seat was gone too. This is a picture of Royalty, who was asleep in the back seat. Her mom has a message.
I don't even care. I don't care about nothing in the car. I don't care about none of that stuff. I just want my baby. That's all I'm worried about.
Today we received a call from a homeowner who had been alerted by a passerby that a baby was crying on her porch. When she came out, she found the baby matching the description of baby Royalty. She immediately called the police, And upon our arrival, we were able to confirm that it was indeed baby royalty. We called her mother, who quickly reunited with her on the scene. And while she appeared to be in good health, she was taken to a local hospital to make sure that that is indeed the case. As it relates to Malachi, he is currently in our custody in this very building, and the investigation is ongoing with him. So we hope to have some answers soon. But as I said, it's just a good day to know that we have a baby back in the arms of its mother and the subject in custody. So we want to thank you again for everyone's help and contribution to this successful outcome. The time...
Just bring her home. She didn't do anything. She was just asleep in the back seat.
Elizabeth Grisby makes an emotional plea to the two men.
Yeah, so with that, they gave her a reward. They gave her daughter back. They did not arrest her for child neglect. Now, the people that stole the car should go to jail, definitely. They should be charged with carjacking, kidnapping. But the mother should be charged with child neglect. But of course not. She will get the benefits, the reward, and won't nothing happen. But yet you want to sit back and say, I'm mad, I'm bitter because of what I post and call out. Shit that's public news. Shit that they put out there. But you sit back and say, bitter deadbeat. This a white woman on here that I talk about, baby mama terrorist. 2-year-old dies after eating fentanyl that his mom bought with her stimulus check. This ain't no black queen. And I posted this 4 days ago. But yet, you got motherfuckers that gonna sit back and say that I'm calling out black women. They were supposed to have taken her straight to jail and called her father, not give her any interview. Shake my head. Yeah, she's a victim. This is a meme of white kids. Good morning, mommy. Good morning, 1400 and 1400. That's not black women. Mother runs over her 6-year-old after trying to abandon him, dumps body in the Ohio River. This ain't no black kid. This was posted a week ago. This right here, this is true. A white father sent me this. This the baby mama terrorist. I didn't put the kid in it, but this her holding the kid. Got fired as a CDCR. She's an officer for misconduct. Later married a prisoner that she met at the prison she was fired from. Then told my kids to lie to me. Took my kids to a prison 3 hours away from our area many times. Took my children to a prison wedding. Cost me over $30,000 in lawyer fees. That's not a black queen. Here go another one. My value isn't based on my sexual history. Goddamn lie, but feminist. Here go another one. This is a true story. This was sent by another father. She's white and Hispanic. My name is Kalindra, and I used to use a restraining order to kidnap our daughter. But she ain't black. But you want to sit back and tell me that all I talk about is just black women. I talk about anybody. She's Dominican. I talk about anybody. Baby mama terrorists come in all forms. And it's just so unfortunate that you got these baby mama terrorists and these simping for, especially these baby boomers, they the worst. They want to sit back and try to talk about, even people that so-called know me, that I've been knowing for years, that's going to go to a baby mama terrorist defense. Regardless of what the baby mama terrorist does, it's understandable. You know, she's a woman and all that bullshit. Ain't no excuse. Then they say they want equal rights. So, like I said, a real brother is not going to try to front you off and post on your page and call you out in front of everybody. They will pull you to the side and talk to you. A real woman will pull you to the side and talk to you. If they don't understand something, they'll talk to you. They're not going to jump the gun and try to front you off or whatever they think they're doing. So it ain't that I got anything to prove, because there's nothing to prove. But just to let you know how these motherfuckers are, you got to call this shit out. You got to call this shit out. And you have to tell your story, because if you don't, you the one going to be set up for failure. And They just mad because shit is really growing. Men are seeing the light, and I'm speaking for those who can't say what they want to say. That's all to it. So enough of that. We got a couple of cases here. One was, do we find Carry On, the blue pill, weak husband, sound husband, guilty? Forgive me, it's the dog in the background. Forgive me. Shut up. Do y'all find him guilty or not guilty for playing victim and lying because his father ain't taking that bullshit no more? Not only just him, do you find the baby boomer that fronted off my Instagram talking about I'm against black women and all black women, but ain't researched the page and even bothered to hit me up in the background to know what's really going on with my mind? How do you find him innocent or guilty for being a cape and simp sucker, DEA simp enforcer? And also, last but not least, the video with the baby mama Tess leaving her child in the car at 1 a.m, not locking the door with a keyless car. How do you find her innocent or guilty? How do you find all three of these motherfuckers? Innocent or guilty? The homie Brandon says guilty as hell. The homie Brandon say guilty as hell. J.S. Hines says guilty. I need a couple more guilties. Guilty on all counts. Gail Lockett, I know it's your first time on here. How do you define these defendants? Do you find them innocent or guilty? I need 3 more guilties, and I'll be able to sentence them. Perfect Blackness says, Mr. Palmer's never been against black women. He always been about BMT regardless of color, and he always been for all men trapped in child support hustle. Somebody is just ignorant of all the facts, of course. Fred the Jammer says guilty. Hologram says guilty. But Gail Lockett says guilty. This is our first time on here, man. Like I say, y'all definitely follow the lead attorney. Good platform. He put out a lot of game when it comes to child support. He's a lawyer. And black brother, he's good. He's soon gonna come on the show. He's still learning his YouTube, but he already spiked up real good. Hologram said the idiot who left her baby in the car needs to be behind bars. That's what I say. They're not gonna sentence them and put them and judge them, but we will. And since everybody finds her, you know what? I just thought about it. Perfect Blackness, innocent or guilty. And then we'll shut this shit down. Perfect Blackness. Father Nazi says guilty with the flames. Throw him to the fire. Guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. I just need Perfect Blackness, the last juror, to say guilty. And I'll be able to sentence them. Firebrand says guilty as charged. Damn. Y'all have no mercy in the court. No mercy, no mercy, no mercy. Where you at, Blackness? Waiting on you, bro. Come on. Innocent or guilty, bro. Innocent or guilty. Where you at, Blackness? Don't tell me you got off. Oh, here you go. Okay, I saw it. Perfect Blackness says guilty. Since all the jury, by their peers, all said guilty, I'm able to sentence. I sentence the baby mama terrorist who left the child in the car 1 a.m. doing DoorDash. Also find her guilty and sentenced to life in prison. For the baby boomer, DEA simp force, they came on a platform assuming and trying to take up for black women, coming to a bitch's defense. He is sentenced to life without the possibility of parole and never be seen to the public of real men. Also, we want to give Carry On Franklin life. Matter of fact, he don't deserve life. He deserved death row and death by lethal injection on the grounds of disrespecting the father and not honoring his father, and also being weak-minded, coming from single motherism. So I sentenced them all. Well, I sentenced 2 to life in prison, and I sentenced Carry On Franklin with the death penalty. Bailiff, close the motherfucking gate and throw away the key. Lethal injection will be happening in the next 6 years. Hey, y'all, this was a good show. Yeah, give him exile. I appreciate y'all tuning in. It was a good dialogue. Like I told y'all, when people tell you you wrong for washing your hands and move on, and you wrong for, you know what I'm saying, not entertaining the bullshit anymore and telling your story, you're not wrong. You heard it from Phil. Even when it came down, even to the Bible, it tells you, wash your hands and move on. Not the way I said it, but it means the same thing. You let them be. You don't let them set you up for failure. And I care about you, man. I don't give a fuck about all the bullshit. So if I'm a deadbeat, I'm bitter, I'm mad, angry, then so be it. We'll just be some bitter, deadbeat, angry motherfuckers that's calling out these baby mama terrorists in this unjust ass system. It is what it is. So I hope y'all enjoyed this show. I really did. And we're going to keep exposing these baby mama terrorists in this unjust system. For those who just now tuning in, please subscribe to the page. Please share. Please like, follow Instagram, Facebook, fuck child support, fuck child support, fuck child support. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Court is now adjourned. Peace.